This is a meeting of the Tax Committee, October 19th, 2020. Those requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Star Ledger, the Independent, and the Tuber Times by posting at the Middletown Township Municipal Building and filing with the Township Clerk on January 9th, 2020. Committeeman Hybel.
Here.
Committeeman Severino.
Here.
Committeewoman Snow. Here. Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Here.
Mayor Perry.
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence to honor the troops serving worldwide, defending our constitutions, freedoms, and way of life. Thank you. Our first item on tonight's agenda, we have a proclamation celebrating the 110th anniversary of the New Jersey Blind Citizens Association. At this time, I'd like to invite Stacy Stefanski, the director of the New Jersey Blind Citizens Association, to please come forward.
So, well, good evening, everybody, October coming and closing very fast. But tonight we have a very special guest, obviously, and that is our friend Stacy Stefanski, who is an instrumental part in the New Jersey Blind Citizens Association, and it is I don't think that's like a grammar. That's at least possible. But tonight we are honoring the 110th anniversary of the New Jersey Blind Citizens Association for all the incredible work that they do. If you don't know where this is actually Rick Heibel's neighbor, right in Leonardo, right down the street from him on Burlington. But this is an incredible organization that does and finds every way to raise funds for a great cause and something that is so instrumental. But since Stacy does all the work, I'll let Stacy give a commercial for the Blind Man's Association.
All right, thank you. Yes, we are celebrating our 110th anniversary this year. It's been a very awkward year for everybody, of course. We're not the only small not-for-profit in the area, kind of suffering and dealing with things. But we deal with adults who are blind, visually impaired, or have deteriorating vision. Most of our people are seniors, and 98% are like 70 or above. They come to us for a place of commonality. Everybody at the center, including myself, has either gone through blindness or is going blind, has some sort of visual impairment. So we're actually a family. We help them deal with these stresses, and even the families of people, especially who are newly to the vision impaired community. Some of the things that we do, we have a day program where we bring people in at our van and they sit and they chat, we serve snacks, we play cards, we play bingo, we discuss topics of today. And unfortunately, March 13th was the last day that we could be there. We are still not back. We are not allowed to be back because of the senior population. And our participants are missing a lot. So in the beginning, we were making phone calls every week, constantly in touch with our participants. And it's probably every other week. They cannot wait to get back. We don't know when that's going to be. But in honor of our 110th anniversary, we had started a campaign in the beginning of the year to raise $110,000. Unfortunately, it's not going so well, as like I said, everybody is in this situation. So we're going to continue the campaign into next year. Hopefully we can re-up our gift auction and get some donations going for this place. We've been in that location on Burlington Avenue since 1930. And if you've never been, when all of this is over, I invite you to come on down, see what we're about. If you know anybody who could use some help. We're always on the phone, I'm always on the phone, talking to people, showing them and explaining where they can go for the information that they need.
And Stacy, where can people go to help the Farmers Association?
If so inclined, we do have a website, www.njbca.org. There's a little donate now button, or if you would like, you can call the office, 732-291-0878, and ask to speak to me. I'm not in the office all the time, but leave me a message and I will return your phone call.
Stacy and the Blind Men's Association do incredible work, and that's why we invited, Stacy reached out to me and immediately I said that we should absolutely, proclaim this. So I'll just read the final line. It says, therefore be it proclaimed that I, Mayor Tony Perry, and the Middletown Township Committee join in the celebration of the 100th anniversary of the NJBCA and encourage the community to support this organization through its anniversary campaign, which you can go to at njbca.org, specifically during the month of October, which is Blindness Awareness Month, and we're honored to have such an inspiring and impactful organization based here in Middletown. Stacey, I want to thank you for everything that you do for the people of Middletown and for the people of our community that are visually impaired. So
Thank
really
you very
appreciate
much.
it. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks. And more importantly, she keeps Bob Stefanski in line. That's the more important thing.
Next, we have on the agenda two proclamations for the record. A proclamation recognizing November 28, 2020 as Small Business Saturday in the Township of Middletown, and a proclamation recognizing November 11, 2020 as Veterans Day in the Township of Middletown. At this time, we have the approval of minutes for June 15, 2020 executive session, July 20th, 2020 executive session, August 17th, 2020 executive session, and September 21st executive session. We also have the September 21st, 2020 regular session, October 5th, 2020 workshop meeting.
Motion to approve. Second.
Committeeman Hybel,
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino,
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore,
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve minutes. At this time, we have introduction of proposed ordinance 2020-3300, ordinance of the Township Committee of the Township of Middletown, County of Monmouth, amending Chapter 540 Planning and Development Regulations for Sections 203 and 606.
Motion to introduce. Second.
Committeeman Hybel,
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino,
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore,
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held November 16, 2020. At this time, I'd like to invite Colleen Lapp is on. She's going to do the best practices. If you have any questions, we just need to have a brief discussion on them.
Fire away there, Colleen Lapp.
Colleen?
Hi, everyone. The best practices checklist came out. We got our answers together over the past few weeks. We won't be losing any of our energy receipts tax that they like to term as state aid. We still won't be recouping, any of the energy receipts tax that's rightfully ours either.
I'm curious, what was the number of the energy receipts tax that we were receiving this year?
We receive about 6.4 million, but we should be receiving about 12 million.
Oh, well, you knew my next question.
Sorry.
So we're at a 50% loss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
And getting wider. Colleen, before you continue, what was the energy receipts tax last year?
It's been, I think, for the last 10 years, the same amount.
Same number for the last 10 years.
Well, things still stay the same, don't they? Nothing increases, so we should be.
Perfectly, my bills increased.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
And so you were sent the questions and the answers. And if you have any questions for me, of course, I will try and answer to the best of my ability.
All right, everybody received best practices. Any questions for Colleen?
I want to know if every other town has the same best practices, never has lost any money. But I ask that question every year, and it's always no. So great job.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, thank you, Colleen.
You're welcome.
At this time, I'd like to ask the Township Committee to adopt a consent agenda, which would include resolutions 20-211 through 20-217.
Motion to approve a consent agenda, starting with resolution 20-211 through 20-217. Motion.
Second. I thought Kevin, I thought you were going to get that one.
Rock, paper, scissors. Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino?
Yes.
Committeewoman Snell?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore?
Yes.
Mayor Perry?
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt the consent agenda. At this time, we have Township Committee comments.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just one item this evening. I was in attendance this past Saturday at the, I believe it was the 58th, Mayor?
54.
54.
That was close. KIA street sign dedication. This time at the entrance to the Hiddenwell Estates off West Front. Tom Garrettson and the Veterans Affairs Committee continues to do a fantastic job in reminding the citizens of Middletown, and mostly the younger citizens of Middletown, all of the veterans killed in action in our wars, and the names and what the names on the street signs mean. So this was our 54th street sign dedication. I haven't been to as many as Assemblyman Straffenberger has, but close. And I want to thank Tom Garrettson and the Veterans Affairs Committee for continuing to make Middletown Township the leader in remembering its history and the importance of that history for today's youth. And that's all I have this evening, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Committeewoman Snell.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, I was at the dedication, and it was a lovely morning. And Mr. Bukoff's family was there, and they taped the event for his 97-year-old sister. So it was really wonderful. And again, thank you to Tom Garrettson for helping coordinate. The one thing I wanted to talk about was remind everybody about the 20th anniversary of 9/11 coming up in just under a year. And we are getting ready to add a few things to the memorial. So I have a flyer that I just want to read very quickly to you about what we're doing. 20th Anniversary Fountain and First Responders Monument. As we approach the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, the Middletown World Trade Center Memorial Gardens Committee is raising money to add a fountain called the Rise of Hope that will be erected near the end of the memorial pathway, giving a quiet space to pause and reflect. We will also be honoring the heroism and patriotism of our first responders with an additional monument. If you would like to contribute to this 501c3, donations can be sent via PayPal to the Middletown WTC at gmail.com. You can also mail a check made payable to Middletown WTC Memorial Gardens Fund, care of the Mayor's Office, Middletown Municipal Building at 1 Kings Highway, Middletown, New Jersey, 07748. So thank you.
Thank you, Committeewoman Snell.
That's it.
My friend down here, Committeeman Hybel.
Thank you, Mayor. Great event Saturday for Albert Woodruff's family. I haven't been to many of those, but it was really nice to make sure that family was a part of that, and the Tom Garrettson, beautiful job. Thank you. And I just wanted to remind everyone Election Day is coming soon, and make sure everyone votes yes for open space. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. I again echo the comments of my colleagues with the Veterans Affairs and the Veteran Street Signs. What a tremendous program that is. I really wish every town would do the same for their streets that they dedicate for their veterans that were killed in action. You would never know some of the streets if you move here 20 years from now or 30 years from now that somebody gave their life defending our freedom from this township if you didn't have that sign. And I live a block away
one of them, and I would have never known that without those signs. So it's a great learning experience, and it's the right thing to do. And I say it every year. I hope every town emulates what our Veterans Affairs has put together, because it's really the right and honorable thing to do. Exciting to see that the work at the Nut Swamp Field has been completed. I know there's a couple of small punch list items, I think, that are going through there, but I know I spoke to the principal, and the mayor has spoken to the principal. We were out there, and Principal Leone is really excited about the opportunity, which he thinks will expand, their capabilities at the school during the day. I know the middle schools are excited about playing on those facilities, especially in light of 4 inches of rain last weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, which would have taken all of our fields out of service, according to TED and DPW, but they were able to have that outside activity, and it's just a great thing. So excited about that. I know the mayor was there to give out the initial game ball with me to the first ever game on that field. So, more to come. And I think that's just a great thing that we're doing for our youth. I think it's going to not only help our facilities, but it will increase the property values in this town as people see the great things that we provide for our children and in this whole entire township. And finally, just as my colleague said, Election Day is coming. We don't have a meeting before. A little weird for me this year because I'm not on the ballot during my time, so it's a little strange for me, but I do wish everyone that's running the best of luck, including my colleague, Pat. Good luck to you. Good luck to everybody running for all seats in all offices. It is a labor of love to serve your community, and I can attest, and everybody who's doing it, I know is putting their name out there for the right reasons. So best of luck to all the candidates. And just remember to go out and vote. Listen, the polls, probably not the right thing to do, even though I know I am a big proponent of voting in person. There's no need to go through that hassle. Use our drop boxes at Croydon Hall. Use our drop box here at Town Hall. And make sure your vote counts. So that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. I won't repeat anything that my colleagues have said. Incredible event with our Veterans Affairs Committee, Tom Garretts and Dennis Beauregard, and that whole committee is incredible. But I just want to thank Stacy Stefanski again, director of the New Jersey Blind Citizens Association. It's one of those that, everybody's raising money for pediatric cancer. People are raising money. I'm raising money for breast cancer, and those are big ticket items, things that we should be raising money for. But we also can't forget about the folks here in Middletown, here in Monmouth County, here in the state of New Jersey that suffer from blindness and that are making a livelihood, that they live the same lives we do. And we're just there to help them out. And I think it's really incredible that we are consistently learning of the special things that Middletown does right here for our own citizens. And the other thing that I want to give and thank Stacy for is the fact that while this building is utilized for that purpose of providing our visually impaired residents a place to go, it's also a community place. I've been to meetings with the Leonardo Community Association, Neighborhood Association in Leonardo. I've been to meetings there. So not only is this a place providing a service to Middletown's visually impaired residents, but it's also a place for the community to go. And we definitely appreciate that, Stacy, and everything that you do for us. So thank you very much. Please go to NJBCA and if you can, and contribute, bca.org, and contribute if possible. This past week, last Thursday, Middletown announced the Middletown Economic Relief Program. We are very excited to announce this program twofold. This program was made possible thanks to the work of Tony Mercantante, our township administrator, Congressman Chris Smith, Freeholder Director Tom Arnone, and the work of this township committee to go out and seize funding from the federal government. It's very, very easy for us to watch the news. And I try not to as much as humanly possible because it just brings you down. But through the CARES Act and through the CDBG portion of that, Middletown was able to acquire just over $400,000. And for that, we are taking that funding and we have been able in a very short amount of time. And I really have to give Tony and my team in the mayor's office and Jill from our CDBG office a whole lot of credit. I was on the phone with Tony Mercantante 7:30 on Friday night, and Jill was still in the office figuring out how we could make this program, get the framework for this program ready to go. And I appreciate that dedication. I appreciate that effort. She was calling a community in Kansas that had already been approved for a project similar. And the reason that we're doing this is we want to be able to provide our businesses with up to $15,000 in grant opportunities. Now, they can get the PPP that was out there. They could Freeholder Arnone's economic relief program. They could have gotten that as well. This is Middletown's. So businesses here in Middletown, nonprofit organizations that need assistance can apply for up to $15,000 to help keep their doors open, keep their people employed, keep the people who visit their facilities to keep on coming through those doors. These are the businesses that employ our residents. They're the businesses that sponsor the very leagues that are playing at Normandy Park. They're sponsoring the Little League Baseball, Little League Softball. Every time there's a parade, Middletown Day, they are there. And none of them could have been prepared for COVID-19. None of them. So now Middletown is stepping up to the plate. Middletown has been able to secure this funding. And when you hear billions and billions and billions of dollars being spent by the federal government on these programs, you often think to yourself, I have no idea where that money is going. Well, right here in Middletown, we've been able to secure that $400,000 for our businesses. And an additional $70,000, just over, $170,000, thank you, Tony, to assist our families who are low to moderate income, who are working 2 jobs, 3 jobs to keep their houses afloat with childcare. Because not everybody can work from home. Not every first responder can work from home. In fact, no first responders can. Our nurses, our doctors, our healthcare heroes, they can't work from home. And you know what? Not all of them are paid huge wages, and they need our support. The person that goes into Riverview Medical Center, Bayshore Medical Center, or any other hospital across the state that cleans the room after a patient leaves, that ensures that our food courts, that our cafeterias are being staffed, those people are essential workers too. And we have to ensure that they have the ability to pay for an unintended consequence of COVID-19. So I'm very excited, and I want to thank the Township Committee for all of their efforts in this project and being able to support Middletown's small businesses, Middletown's nonprofits, and Middletown's families. So I want to thank you all very much for everything that you've done to make that possible. I did have the honor of, just for any business, and I got the numbers earlier, but we had almost 60 businesses already sign up to be notified when this application becomes available. And any small businesses out there can go to middletownnj.org/MERP. That's middletownnj.org/MERP. And you can sign up and be notified. That stands for Middletown Economic Relief Program, to be notified when the application becomes available. We're still working to finalize those details with HUD, and that application will be out as soon as possible, because we know that the difference between keeping your doors open and keeping your folks employed is a matter of days, not weeks or months anymore. I want to thank Deputy Mayor Fiore for his leadership on the Normandy Park project and Nutswamp Elementary School project. I was honored to hand off the first ball over to a U15 team on early Saturday morning, and take advantage of this incredible facility. I agree with everything Deputy Mayor Fiore said in terms of property values and in terms of giving Middletown the ability to rest fields elsewhere throughout our community and utilize this field with lights and just wait until Normandy Park is done. That's going to be a real added incredible bonus to the sports leagues, to the families of this community. I think I've covered everything. With that being said, I will open it up to the public here at Town Hall first for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment here at Town Hall, we ask you to please keep your, state your name and address for the record. Keep your comments to 5 minutes. At 4 minutes, I will let you know that you have 1 minute left, and if you could begin to wrap up your comments. Any member of the public here at Town Hall willing to make a public comment? Seeing no member of the public stepping forward here at Town Hall, Heidi, I know what you're going to tell me, so don't tell me yet. Any member of the public on using WebEx that would like to use the raise hand feature can click that at the bottom of their screen if you would like to make a public comment. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment that is joining us via WebEx can use the raise hand feature. Heidi, I'm going to pretend that I can see that far, but you're going to have to tell me. Okay. All right. Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, joining us via WebEx, move to close the public portion and adjourn.
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Committeeman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adjourn.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.